If your balcony or patio is basically one slab of concrete and you're tired of pots eating up all your floor space, you already know the problem. I went through real Amazon listings, official spec sheets, and actual buyer ratings to find 6 vertical planters worth your money. Some are cheap plastic towers, one is solid cedar, and one has a patented watering system nothing else here can match. Let's start with the one I'd steer you toward last. Number 6 is the VECELO 5-tier vertical garden planter. This is a compact, wheel-mounted plastic tower built around a 3-point support base tray that both stabilizes the unit and catches excess runoff water. It's got built-in drainage holes and an internal soil separator that keeps your growing medium in place while still letting water drain through properly. And the wheeled base means you can roll the whole thing around to chase sunlight throughout the day without lifting anything. My honest catch on this one is that I couldn't track down a large public review history for this exact listing the way I could for some of the more established names on this list. So you're buying more on spec sheet than on a long track record. The individual tiers are also on the compact side, which makes this a better fit for herbs and small flowers than anything you'd expect to harvest a real vegetable crop from. If mobility and a small footprint matter more to you than proven reviews, it's a reasonable pick. Number 5 is the VIVOSUN 5-tier vertical gardening stackable planter. VIVOSUN built its name in grow tent and indoor cultivation gear, and this planter carries that same practical design language. Thick PP construction, a flow-through watering design that lets moisture drain from the top pot down through each level, and a bottom dish included so it won't stain your patio or balcony floor. It's sold in a genuinely wide range of colors, and Home Depot carries the same 15-pot configuration in the $35 to $45 range, giving you a second place to price check it. Here's the honest limitation. Despite being labeled a 5-tier planter, it only totals 15 individual planting pots, which is half of what GreenStalk packs into the same 5-level height. It's also technically adjustable down to 2, 3, or 4 tiers, so you're not locked into the full height if you don't need it. For the price and the flexibility, it's a dependable mid-range choice. Just don't expect GreenStalk level plant capacity out of it. Quick heads up before we go further. One of the 10 planters on this list isn't plastic at all. It's solid cedar wood, and it might completely change what you picture when you hear vertical planter. We'll get there in a minute. Number 4 is the GameXcel Vertical Planter Tower 5-tier with wheels. This one currently holds an Amazon's Choice badge and shows over 100 units bought in the past month, which is real, verifiable momentum on the listing itself. It rolls on 4 lockable swivel wheels for easy repositioning, and it uses a patented soil holding board under each tier designed to keep roots breathable and prevent standing water from causing rot. The catch is in the fine print. Each individual pot only holds about 0.11 cubic feet of soil, which is roughly 3 quarts per pot. That's genuinely fine for herbs, succulents, or small flowers, but it's tight if you're hoping to grow anything with a real root system. GameXcel also sells this same design in 3-tier and 7-tier versions plus multiple colors, so make sure you're clicking into the 5-tier listing and not a different tier count by mistake. If mobility and current sales momentum matter to you, this is a genuinely strong pick within its size limits. Number 3 is the Mr. Stacky 5-tier stackable planter, and this is the one with the deepest review history on this entire list. It sits at a 4.3-star average across more than 5,000 ratings on Amazon, typically priced in the high $20s to mid-$30 depending on the day you check. It's made in the USA, UV protected against sun damage, and uses a flow-through self-watering design where each tier holds up to 20 plants total, with a 12-inch bottom saucer included to catch drainage. The honest limitation here is depth. Mr. Stacky's own product description leans towards strawberries and herbs, rather than root vegetables or anything that needs real depth to establish, and the individual pots are noticeably shallower than what you'd get from GreenStalk or the Cedar option further up this list. That's not a flaw so much as knowing what it's built for. With this much genuine review volume behind it at this price, it's one of the easiest recommendations on the whole list if your plants are herbs, strawberries, or small flowers. Number 2 is the Smart Spring Large Vertical Planter Tower, a 4-tier system made entirely in the USA that comes in 2 very different sizes. A small version holding 19.2 quarts of soil, and a large version holding 51.2 quarts, sold as separate listings with either 16 or 28 total plant sites. Water goes in at the top, and gravity distributes it down through each level automatically. The construction is noticeably thicker than most of the plastic towers on this list, specifically built to resist the cracking and fading that thinner planters run into after a season or 2 outdoors. Here's the honest catch. It's only 4 tiers, not 5, so despite the larger soil capacity per tier, you're getting one less level of height than most of its competitors. The small versus large sizing is also a genuine trap. The 16-site and 28-site versions look nearly identical in photos but hold wildly different soil volumes, so read the listing title carefully before you buy. If soil capacity and US-made durability matter more to you than tier count, this is a smart pick. Before we get to the final two, here's something worth knowing. Neither of the last 2 planters on this list is plastic, and neither is the cheapest option here. They're on this list because of what backs them up. One has a patented system nothing else here can replicate, and the other isn't plastic at all. Let's finish this out. Number 1, the strongest overall pick on this list, is the GreenStalk 5-tier original vertical planter. GreenStalk is designed and manufactured entirely in the USA out of East Tennessee, built from BPA, BPS, and PVC-free UV-resistant plastic, and backed by a genuine 5-year warranty on both color and functionality. What actually sets it apart is the patented internal watering system. Fill the top reservoir, and gravity distributes water evenly to all 5 tiers at once, which solves the classic stacking planter problem where the top level gets soaked while the bottom level stays dry. You get 30 total planting pockets across the 5 tiers, each 10 inches deep, holding roughly 40 gallons of potting mix in total. The official price for the 5-tier original sits at $149 directly from GreenStalk. Here's the honest catch. That potting mix is not included, so budget for 40 gallons of soil on top of the sticker price, and it is meaningfully more expensive than every plastic tower on this list. But between the even watering system, the pocket depth, the 5-year warranty, and a brand with a real manufacturing track record behind it, this is the one I'd actually trust to still be producing a full harvest 3 summers from now. So here's how I'd sort all of this by what you actually need. If you want the most proven, most reviewed budget option, the Mr. Stacky 5-tier is the easiest recommendation on this list for strawberries and herbs. If you want mobility so you can chase sunlight around your patio, the GameXcel with wheels is built for exactly that. If soil capacity and US-made thickness matter most, look at the Smart Spring Tower. Just pick the size carefully. If you want something that looks like real furniture instead of a plastic stack, the CedarCraft cedar planter is worth the extra cost. And if you want the single most reliable, most even watering system on the market and you're willing to pay for it, the GreenStalk 5-tier original is the one I'd actually buy. If this helped you figure out which vertical planter is actually worth your money, subscribe for more real, spec-checked buying guides like this one, and drop a comment telling me which of these you're planting this season. I read everyone.